Former British Prime Minister Tony Blair is in the country rooting for innovation in technology as part of the fourth industrial revolution, aimed at creating opportunities for the youth in Kenya and Africa at large. Blair, who led Britain between 1997 and 2007, spoke to our Francis Gashuri on a number of issues, including development, good governance, and the purge on corruption, as well as democracy.
So I'm a great believer, when I was Prime Minister, we trebled the aid budget for Africa from the UK, and I'm a great believer in what aid can do. But in the end, the destiny of Africa is in the hands of African countries, their people, their leadership. And in the end, the good governance, and I mean not just transparent and honest government, but effective government, is the key to development. All over Africa, corruption is an issue that has to be tackled, as indeed it is in other parts of the world. And it's important, whether it's in Kenya or other countries, to have systems that cut out the corruption as much as possible, and also ensure that you're taking decisions on a basis that's valid. So this is of course it's a big challenge. In the end, all of these challenges are going to be also made easier if you use the technology sensibly. So for example, if, as I know the government here wants to do, you start to digitalize a lot of your services, it doesn't just have the benefit of making those services more efficient, it also cuts out a lot of the opportunities for corruption. I remain a strong believer in democracy, but I think the one thing I've learned over time and by experience is that by itself is not enough unless the system is a functioning system. And governments, yes, they should be democratic, and yes, indeed, they should be honest and transparent, but they also need to be effective. And one of the problems in government is that often governments lack the capacity to get things done and to implement. And the difficulty is, particularly when the world's changing very fast, that the risk is that you get a great gulf between the way the world's changing and the speed of that, and then the slowness of government and bureaucracy to react to that change. This is for us to work out, and we will work it out, but what I say to people all over the world when people ask me about Brexit is, yes, we're going through a big period of uncertainty at the moment, but at some point, actually at some point in the next year, this uncertainty will clear, at least I hope so, and Britain will be back, and whatever happens, we'll be back as a key global player, economically and politically. We don't focus on the party politics of any of the country, so but we work with leaders to help them affect change. And what I discovered in government, which is the reason I created my institute, is that the tough thing about government is translating the vision into the reality. You go around the world, the challenge for all politicians is, most politicians come in with the best of motives and the best of intentions. The challenge is always, how do you make the vision real? How do you translate it into the practical, on-the-ground change that you want to see? And that's what we focus on. The youth of Africa and the young population of Africa and the growing population of Africa is both an opportunity and a challenge. It's a challenge because you've got to find jobs for them. But it's an opportunity because as the workforce in other parts of the world ages, Africa, if it's able to, has got a young, smart, intelligent, and let's hope over time well-educated population that's able to take advantage of the opportunities, particularly that this technological revolution will offer.